Hallo, vandag is ons hier so by Laerskool Veland en ons gaan vandag vir Andrei, CEO van Beagle Watch, 'n paar vrae vra oor die vermiste tiener. Baie dankie Andrei vir jou tyd om vandag met ons 'n paar vrae te antwoord oor die vermiste tiener geval. Andrei, hoe gereeld gebeur dit dat minderjariges in hierdie area vermis raak en het u al soortgelyke gevalle hanteer?
There's only been a couple in this area that I know of, and they all come with their own background in terms of either runaway children or things like that. This is the first one at this school, per se. It's not very regular, and I think it's because there is a good security set up in the area. There's good social platforms for people to talk. So I really don't believe that it's something that we need to worry about. This is it happens, and one's got to deal with it case by case.
Okay, thanks Andrei. Kan jy ons vertel hoe en waar die tiener gevind was?
I know the teenager was found in a suburb of Rosebank in Johannesburg, that I do know.
En hoe laat is sy gevind en wat was die omstandighede rondom haar opsporing?
She was found approximately 10 o'clock last night, and obviously various tracking methods were applied by South African police, which led us to recovering the young lady.
Wat was die reaksie van die tieners se ouers toe hulle hoor sy is veilig gevind?
Yeah, let me tell you, going through 24 hours or close to 48 hours of that type of trauma, I did remain very close with the mom. The mom was absolutely broken, and no doubt I think we all would when our children land up perhaps in the hands of the wrong people. So I think she went through immense trauma, but I think the support that she had around from the victim support that was on the scene at the school, just the school themselves played a very large role in just trying to comfort them as much as possible.
Thanks Andrei. Wat was die grootste uitdaging wat jou span tydens die soektog ondervind het?
I believe it was the CCTV footage. The school's invested a lot of money in the camera system outside the school. I think we take it for granted. Yes, it's after the time, but piece by piece, as we track this case together, the cameras and the Safe City cameras that we subscribe to around the network was an absolute fundamental to the breakthrough. We were able to see the car that she got in the morning and actually start from there and start puzzling the pieces together, which does take time.
Okay. Cool, thanks. Is daar meer inligting wat ons kan weet van wat gebeur het of wanneer kan ons dit verwag?
There is. It's very sensitive at this stage as it lies in the hands of our South African police, Fairlands police station at this stage. I was there this morning where dockets and that were open, so I think it would be best if we just kind of limit the information that's going out there. It's in the hands of capable police, and I wouldn't like to jeopardize the case at all.
Okay, that makes sense. Watter spesifieke taktieke en tegnologie is gebruik om die tiener op te gespoor het?
Again, we've got a very sophisticated cybercrime business that we reach out to. They were on the case straight away. And again, I have to repeat that with the help of the cameras in the morning, understanding what time she left, we did reach out to various Uber and Bolt companies, and they helped us and they supported us. But for me, the fundamental breakthrough was the camera network, where she ended up on the first trip that she took. CCTV surveillance was obtained on Wednesday night extensively to understand where the next car picked her up. So for me, the biggest breakthrough was probably the CCTV and being able to just track the phones, although they were off and although they were off from that morning. That's probably the most fundamental information that you can get, and especially if you've got a good partner in cybercrime that you can reach out to.
Cool, thank you. Watter rol het die gemeenskap gespeel in die suksesvolle opsporing van die tiener?
Look, it's a very good community, this. They are very tight-knit. I don't see this in many areas where the community is very close together. And I think the biggest role that they played was just to share information, share concerns, moms talking, parents dropping their children off in the morning, just spreading the news and hoping and praying. And I was privileged to attend the prayer session this morning. There's no greater ask of God to just be with us in that time and just keep everybody calm and collective. And I guess it worked because we were rewarded by her being reunited with her mom.
Watter veiligheidsmaatreëls beveel u aan vir ouers en skole om soortgelyke voorvalle in die toekoms te voorkom?
No doubt cell phone technology is dangerous, extremely dangerous. And I think we all know as parents, this is not going to be news coming from me, but we all know that you've got to exercise so much caution with your child and the phone. Some of the lessons learned through this case was looking for passwords in Google. We open up a phone, your child wants email or a platform to get on. You need to open a Google account. We never memorize the passwords. And when you're looking for that stuff, when you're switching on a phone that you've maybe got at home that's a spare phone and you don't have a password, then you straight away hit a brick wall. So I think as parents, we really need to take additional precautions with regards to cell phones, keep pins, keep passwords, and ultimately audit your child's phone from time to time. It's just so critical. Cybercrime is advancing in South Africa, and before you know it, even us as adults, we get lured into sites that we shouldn't really be on, although we might be doing legitimate business online. So for me, the learning is definitely cell phone technology amongst youngsters. A cell phone was created as a telephone, but today we use it for far more dangerous stuff. And there's a lot of people out there lurking these young children in, and they don't know it until they fall the victim.
Okay, thank you. Hoe belangrik is gemeenskapssamewerking met sekuriteitsfirmas soos Beagle Watch tydens so 'n noodsituasie?
It's very important. There's a large network. Beagle Watch is proud to announce that we're part of our what we call our OCC, which is an operational command center. And there's many networks that we can reach out to. So instead of tackling the task yourself, you try to network with these outside companies. I know that the anti-kidnapping unit was onto this case, and it's just important to spread your wings a little bit further and use the police. I must take my hat off, and I must commend Fairlands Police Station for the work that they did. I was probably the first on scene here at the school when the news broke. And the police were here in full force, including station commanders and everything. And I applaud them today for what they did. I applaud the IO that spent both nights with us in suburbs looking around. We were under his guidance and leadership, as we didn't want to really take total control of the case. We are led by the IO. And when we left him last night, we were waiting for certain things to take place. And that's as far as we could go. We didn't want to take the law into our own hands.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I just have one last question. Net een laaste vraag. Beplan Beagle Watch enige verdere stappe om sulke situasies in die toekoms beter te hanteer en te voorkom?
Absolutely. There's so much one can do, and through this exercise, we've learned maybe that there's a need to educate parents at schools. We do have a bank of professional speakers in this topic. And it probably won't be long before this will be the first school that we just run the trial where we take a night and we invite parents just to come, and we'll invite cyber experts that can just talk to these parents. It's a horrifying lesson. I've been through it, and I've heard the lecture take place. And 9 times out of 10, you don't know what the professionals are going to tell you, and you'll absolutely be horrified. So, is there more that we can do? Absolutely. We're never at the top. So you got to keep advancing. You got to keep education. You got to keep awareness, and then you also need to have sessions for children that need to understand the risks and the dangers with being on cell phone technology.
Baie dankie Andrei, ek waardeer baie jou tyd wat jy 'n paar vrae geantwoord het oor die vermiste tiener.